I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
March is Women's History Month, and Ramfeed will be highlighting several important female historical figures. Today we will be looking at Erin Matson. Erin is a former North Carolina field hockey player and current head coach of the team. During her time at UNC, she was a 4-time All-American, 4-time national champion, and 5-time ACC champion. She also has brought home the ACC Player of the Year award every year of her collegiate career. She was just recently named the head women's coach in February, just a few months after she graduated from the school in December. At 22 years old, she is the current youngest Division I head coach in any sport, men's or women's. Erin is the face of field hockey and an inspiration to young girls all around the world.
All right, everybody, we're back with our March Madness brackets. Today we're doing the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. Our first couple rounds did not go very well. Ian got 12 out of 16 picks correct, pretty good. I only got 10 out of 16, just picked way too many upsets. But we're coming back. We're going to do our Sweet 16 Elite 8 bracket, the second chance bracket, so we're starting fresh, and we'll get into those picks right now. So Ian's going to take you through his Sweet 16 picks.
So for this first game, we got Alabama versus San Diego State, 1 versus 5 game. This is a really good game to watch out for. I'm going to go with the Crimson Tide on this one. Brandon Miller, absolute killer on the court, scores a ton of points, gets a ton of assists. So for that reason, I'll be picking Alabama.
I'm taking Alabama too in that game. For the next one, we got Creighton against Princeton. Princeton has really been the story of the tournament. These Ivy League guys are so smart. They've been able to get some really nice wins. Unfortunately, I think their luck runs out. I think number 6 seed Creighton has just looked too good in this tournament. They're going to be beating Princeton.
Yep, I'm the exact same way. Princeton, the only Cinderella team still alive. Unfortunately, the slipper does not fit anymore. Give me the Creighton Blue Jays on this one. Then we got FAU and Tennessee. Boy, oh boy, do I hate the FAU Owls for what they did to Fairleigh Dickinson. I want Tennessee to absolutely kill them. I'm taking the Volunteers in this any day of the week.
I'll be taking Tennessee as well. And then for Kansas State against Michigan State, this is going to be a really fun game. It's just going to be a bloodbath. I'm going to take Kansas State. After seeing that video of them in the locker room, rocking out to Lil Baby, I don't know how you cannot take them. Such a fun team.
I completely agree, Mike. You give me Kansas State on this one. That video of them in the locker room just got me so turned and pumped up. I love the Wildcats. Right now, they're my pick to win the national championship, but, we'll focus on that next week. For the next game, we got Houston and Miami. This is another awesome 1 versus 5 matchup. Miami's playing really good basketball right now. But I'm going to go with Houston with Marcus Sasser being back and healthy. I think they're playing really good right now. They're playing good defense, and they can score. So I'll be going with the Cougars on that one.
All right, I'm going to disagree. I'm actually going to take Miami here. They've just looked so impressive. Guys like Isaiah Wong, Nigel Pack. Houston have not looked really impressive to me. They've kind of struggled a little bit, especially in the first halves. But moving on, we're going Xavier against Texas. I said this in the first video. Texas is probably my favorite team in this field. I'll be taking them over Xavier to set a matchup in the Elite 8 against Miami.
Yep, Xavier versus Texas, another good 3-2 matchup. I'm the same as Mikey on this one. Texas is absolutely rolling right now. Serge Jabari Rice is the Prince of Longhorn Nation, and they are going to be moving on to the Elite 8. For the next game, we have Arkansas and UConn. This game, kind of a bit of a toss-up. Arkansas has a lot of talent on their team. They just beat a really good Kansas team. UConn's playing really good basketball, especially in the second half. But I'm going to be rolling with the Razorbacks on this one for the upset for the second game in a row to move on to the Elite 8.
Okay, I'm going to disagree again. I'm going to take UConn. I said this again in the first video. They're one of my favorite teams in this field. Adama Sanogo is becoming a March legend every game that they play. I'm taking UConn. And then for our last matchup of the Sweet 16, we got Gonzaga versus UCLA, a rematch of the Final Four matchup in 2021. But I'm going to take UCLA, getting some retribution from 2 years ago. That team just has so many weapons. Guys like Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez Jr., such a fun team, setting them up with a matchup against UConn.
Who am I here with today?
Will Hartley,
What was your first job?
dishwasher at the Wellington House,
Oh, wow. What are you most passionate about?
being a dad to my kids.
What's the scariest animal?
Shark.
Top of your bucket list?
Just a lot of travel, I think, in general. I don't have any specific destination.
Okay. Dogs or cat?
Cat.
Oh, best restaurant in CNY?
I like Riley's, I guess, all in. If I had to pick one, I might say Riley's. Ambiance and food.
Okay. Funniest work story.
Young Sewell burning the cashew and starting the fire drill back in the day. Ask him about that one.
Fact few people know about you.
I'm a Sagittarius.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
Film director.
If you could change one thing about JD, what would it be?
Free sushi.
If you're stranded on an island with another teacher, who would it be?
I'm going to say James Durin because his sense of humor is second to none.
Favorite summer or winter activities?
I like to mountain bike a good deal in the summer and also sit around.
Top 3 movies.
Chariots of Fire, Rocky, and I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I like Billy Elliot quite a bit. How about that?
If you had to meet one celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oof. Douglas Fairbanks Sr., who was basically like the action hero of the silent film era. You can look him up.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harley.
Yes. Okay.
March is Women's History Month, so Rampede will be highlighting notable women in history. Eliza Hamilton was born into the wealthy Schuyler family in Albany, New York in 1757. Married to Alexander Hamilton, her work helped to preserve the legacy of her husband after his death. She opened her home to many orphan and neglected children, often reminding her of her late husband. Her philanthropist efforts continued in 1806 when she founded the first private orphanage in New York. In 1818, she founded the Hamilton Free School in Washington Heights, New York. Eliza Hamilton was instrumental in organizing and funding the building for one of the most iconic American landmarks, the Washington Monument. Due to her support of public improvement, she will forever go down as a significant part of early United States history.